Hi, bunnies! How are you? I'm so happy to be here with you today. I don't know if you can see me. So, you maybe are going to ask me, why, Ellie, are you talking in English? And this is because of you, because I just asked you in my Instagram. I told you I'm going to do a broadcast in YouTube. So, do you want me to do it in Spanish or do you want me to do it in English? And you are so mean with me because most of you said English. So here it is. You can see it's so bright, but it is 55% English, and I don't know if you can see it. There you go. So my face is really funny. So I just ask you. Let me see.
Hola Bonis, ¿cómo están? Espero que se encuentren súper bien. El día de hoy voy a hacer un en vivo en el canal Au Pair y me gustaría saber si quieren que lo haga en español o en...
So 55 of you said English and 45 Spanish. So because of you, I'm going to do it in English. So I don't have a really good pronunciation. I make a lot of mistakes, so I'm really sorry about that. But I love talking in English, so thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk with you in English. So let me just see if you can see me right now. I'm going to see the chat. Just give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm not good with these things. Oh yeah. So here we are. So there's someone saying hi, how are you, Pau? So what are we going to talk today? I'm really excited about this because this is going to be a new section of my channel or channel. This section is going to be called Radio Au Pair. So this is because I know some of you can see the whole video, the whole live. I think you say it live broadcast. So for the people that cannot see it now, you can just watch it later, and it's going to be like a radio. You can do a lot. Another thing, you can be doing your homework, or I don't know, washing the dishes or something, and you can just hear my voice. It's going to be like a radio pair. So we're going to talk about different topics about being an au pair. So in this first transmission that you chose to be in English, we're going to talk about, I just wrote it here, tips to travel in your year as an au pair. Actually, I didn't know about what topic talk to you today. I had like a lot of topics, but I chose this one because I think it's good to know where places we can visit in our year as an au pair. And also, I think it's good for you, for some of you, to practice your English. I know my English have a lot of mistakes, but I think I try to do my best, and this can help you if you are practicing your English, if you are doing the interview for your. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say when I'm with the words in English. I'm having problems. But well, I think it's good if you want to practice your English with me, so you can ask me questions in English. So we're going to divide these transmissions, this radio pair, into parts. The first part is going to be talking about my experience and about my tips that I'm going to give you to travel to another places when you're being an au pair, because you need to travel if you're being an au pair. I know for some of you it's important to save money, but it's such a great opportunity to travel. Believe me, traveling is the best thing you can do for your life, because you can have a lot of money, but the experience of traveling is something that you maybe cannot do even if you have money, because maybe you need to work and you don't have time and life is hard. So travel as much as you can. So the first part is going to be talking about my experience. I think the light it's I don't know, it's going. But well, the second part is going to be answering your questions. All right. So we're going to try to do this as fast as we can. So this can be a little short. I know I talk too much. That's my problem. I talk too much. So I'm going to see I don't know how to say this in English, but I'm going to read your messages in the chat. So Evelyn says saludos, saludos. Eva dice hola. Kelly dice hola, hermosa, gracias por compartir con nosotros. Hi, how are you? Hi, everybody. So, all right. So let's start with the first part of this, which is going to be talking about the tips. And when I finish, I'm going to answer all your questions, all the questions that I can answer. Okay. So where can you go when you're being an au pair? Where you can travel? I'm sorry, I'm having a lot of mistakes today with my English. So it depends where you're living with your host family, but normally, United States is a really large country, so you can divide United States into parts: the east side, the center side or middle side, and the west side. So if you're living in the east side, which one is the east? I think east is this part, but for you, east is this part. This is funny. So if you're living in the east side, it's like close to New York, close to Boston, close to all that area, to Washington, Philadelphia. If you're living in the center of the country, it's like Chicago area. And if you're living to the west, is California. So if you're living in the west side, I was living in the west side, actually, close to New York. I was living in Connecticut. So if you are living in that area, I really, really recommend you to visit as much as you can. You can travel in your weekends. If you can ask to your host family if they can give you a Friday or maybe a Monday to do it like a bigger weekend, and you can travel, for example, to Boston. You can travel to Niagara Falls. You need to go to Niagara Falls. It's really beautiful. It's just such an amazing place. And you can also travel to Washington. Washington is beautiful. I was like shocked when I was there because it's such a white place. I don't know how to say it, but all the buildings are like really white and neat and beautiful. And it's a beautiful place to visit. You can go also to Philadelphia. I was there just for a day, so it was. I really didn't know a lot about the place, but it has good things. And also, you can travel to the south, which you can go to Florida. You can go to Miami. You can go to Disney. Actually, that's the places I visited in my year as an au pair. But you can also go to the center. You can take a plane. It's maybe 2 hours, 3 hours long from New York City to Chicago. Chicago is such a beautiful place. I really, really recommend you to go to Chicago. It's amazing. I think maybe Chicago is the second city that I loved most because it's amazing how the city is like in the middle of, I don't know if it is a river, but you can just go in a little boat and you go in the boat, on the boat, and to your right and to your left there are buildings and it's amazing. It's beautiful. You should go to Chicago. And if you want to go to the west side or if you are living in the west side, I didn't go, but I heard a lot of au pairs going to Las Vegas, going to one other place like in California. There is there are a lot of places to go in California. I don't know a lot about that part. Going to Grand Canyon, and a lot of au pairs do that trip. Going to the west side. Yeah, west side. Sorry if I'm having a lot of troubles and problems talking in English. Okay, so what tips I can give to you? Well, if you are living close to New York area, I really, really recommend you to go to Niagara Falls. And the thing I did was buying in Chinatown area. There are like some, I think this is called tours for fun. There are another companies that you can just write it in Google and look for it, but they are really, really cheap. You travel I think the bus, you take the bus in Chinatown. So it's not comfortable, but it's really cheap. So you just take the bus, and it's going to be some, I don't know how many hours, maybe 8 or something like that. So you go from New York City to Niagara Falls the first day. It depends. Oh, I'm sorry. It depends the tour that you're going to take. But this bus takes you to from New York City to Niagara Falls. It's a really long trip, but it's worth it because it's really cheap, and we are a person. We don't have a lot of money, right? Well, some of us. So you can take this bus, and the first day you're going to see all Niagara Falls, and it's amazing. You need to go, or maybe you can just travel the first day and go into Niagara Falls the second day, and then you can travel. I remember my tour was like Niagara Falls the first day, and then the second day we traveled to a park that was close to there, and then the third day we traveled to Chicago. No, to Chicago. I'm sorry. To Washington. So from Washington, we traveled to Philadelphia. So it was a really quick trip. It was like 3 days, but it was really cheap. And I had the opportunity to be at least one day in Washington and Philadelphia and Niagara Falls. And it's amazing. And it's a really quick trip that you can do in a weekend, and asking to your host parents to give you the Friday or to give you Monday. So I really recommend you to do that because you're not going to waste a lot of money. It's really cheap, and these are fantastic places. I would love to go back to Washington. I really want to go back because it has a lot of museums, and I was like impressed about all the city. Okay, another tip that I can give to you is to use an app. There is an app in your phone, in the App Store. It is called the what is it? Hopper. It is called Hopper. Let me find it for you. So in this app, it's a bunny. It's this one, Hopper. In this app, you can look for flights that are cheap. So you can just put in this. It's actually kind of cute, the app. So you just put where do you want to go and the dates. The application is going to tell you when it's cheaper to buy. So it's really good, a really good one. I recommend you to how do you say that? To have that app in your phone, and don't buy the tickets in the phone in that application, because I always, when I look in the application for the dates, it's cheaper if you go directly to the, I don't know how to say, the airline. So the app, what you can do is just to look for the dates, and the app is going to tell you when it's cheaper to buy the ticket. So when you have the date already, if the app says buy it today, go to the airline that the app is telling you and buy it online with the airline, directly with the airline, because it's cheaper that way. So that's what I recommend you. I'm really, really sorry that I'm having a lot of troubles talking in English. I don't know what's happening to me. So another tip that I can give to you is Airbnb. No more hotels. Hotels are really expensive, and it's not worth it, because normally when you're being an au pair and you want to travel, you're going to be outside like all the time. You're going to be in the museums, you're going to be in the beach, or you're going to be traveling around. So you're not going to be in the hotel. You're not going to be in your room. So the only thing you need is a place to sleep. And the cheaper things that you can find are hostels or Airbnbs. This is also an app called Airbnb, and probably you already know about this app. So the thing you need to do is when you register yourself, I don't know if you say it like that, but when you're doing your profile, first of all, you need to do it with a code that is going to give you a discount. It's going to be a really good discount if you register yourself with this code. I have a code. If you want it, I can put it below in the description box or in the comments when I finish this broadcast. And this code is going to give you a discount that you can use it for your first when you're I think it's more than in Mexican pesos, it's like 1,200 or something like that, 400, that you need to do a reservation. And when you do the reservation with that amount of money, it's going to give you a really good discount. I don't remember exactly the amount, but it's really good to have a discount. So don't register without a code. Do it with the code. So maybe you can ask a friend if they have one. I have one, so I'm going to put it below in the comments or in the description box. So yeah, the Airbnb is a great application that you can use to be like for a night, 2 nights, or it depends in your vacation plans. But what is this about Airbnb? Airbnb is like staying in the home of someone else. Maybe someone has 3 rooms in her or his house, and they are sharing this room with you, so it's going to be way cheaper. And normally the people is really good. You can read the comments. Normally all the places that are offering their rooms have comments about other people that stayed there before, and you can see if it's a good place, and if it's not, you're going to notice that in the comments. But it's really good. I used this for Disney, and it was amazing, like more than amazing, because it was really cheap and the people was really nice. And I have a video in my channel, you can look it, when I'm giving you tips to travel to Disney. It is in Spanish. I don't know if you would like to see the video in English, but yeah, I stayed in this Airbnb, and it was amazing because the people were really helpful and were really nice with us. So Airbnb, Hopper, I'm buying the airline tickets. Yeah, the tickets for the plane directly with the airline is like the best you can do, is what I recommend you. So I don't know how long it has been this broadcast, so I'm going to go with the next part of this section. This was the first radio au pair. So if you want me to give you more tips in English or in Spanish, please let me know. And we're going now with the second part of this show program. So I'm going to answer your questions. Let's see. It says, please write here the apps names. Okay, so I'm going to write the names of the apps in the comments when I finish this, so you can see how to write the applications. How much did you pay for that tour? How much did I pay? That's a good question. I don't remember exactly the price, but it was maybe like 70, I think $70. So it was really cheap because it included the transportation, and also it included the hotel, and yeah, those things. But it was really cheap. I think it was like $70. And if you're going with more people, like if you're going with 4 or 6, it's going to be less. So the more people you go, the less you're going to pay with those trips. So it's a really good options. Airbnb works if you travel alone. Absolutely. Airbnb works if you're traveling alone. Actually, hashtag Ellie Bonnie forever alone. I traveled to Boston just by myself alone. I wanted to do this travel because I wanted to know more places, and I stayed in an Airbnb room. Boston is really expensive. You need to know that. Hotels are way too expensive in Boston. I don't know why. Actually, when I went to Boston, I was at night. I was just in this like a lake. I don't know if it was a lake, but I was just by there. And I found a person from Mexico, and he was living in Boston like, I don't know, for 10 years or something like that. And he was working in a hotel. And he asked me, "Oh, how much did you pay for your hotel room?" And I was like, "No, I'm staying in an Airbnb room." And he asked me, "How much did you pay?" And I was like, "I paid like, I think 70. I think I paid like $70 per night in Boston. It was really expensive even in the Airbnb room, but it was way cheaper than the hotel." So he told me, "Oh, it was really really cheap, because in the hotel that I work, they normally pay more than 100, more than 100, like 150 for a night." I was like, "Whoa, that's really expensive." So I saved a lot of money with the Airbnb room, and it was close to the center area. So you can do it alone. I travel alone by myself, and it was a good experience. Traveling alone is a topic that I would like to talk with you guys, because traveling alone is an experience that about finding yourself. These days, I have noticed that it's really important not only going with someone else. It's really important knowing yourself, knowing who you are when you're alone, and loving yourself. And traveling alone is such a good experience. A lot of people don't want to travel alone, and if they are going alone, or if no one is going with them, they don't go. Don't do that. It doesn't matter if you're traveling alone. Do it. Believe me. Life is hard, and the things you're going to remember are the experiences that you have when you travel. It's such a good experience traveling. You learn a lot about yourself, so do it. Do it. It doesn't matter if you're going alone. Let's see. How do you keep your money being au pair in USA? Did you get an account bank there or what? Yeah. You can do a bank with your host family. They can help you. You only need your social security number and I think your passport, and you can do it with your host family. It's really easy, and they can deposit the money in the bank account. Okay, I think my accent right now is really weird. I'm talking really weird. I'm sorry. Um, could you make a video about Universal Studios? I want some recommendations, please. Yes, I really, really want to do that video. I'm really sorry that it has been so many months that I didn't do that video. But right now I'm doing my master degree, and it's really hard. Actually, right now I should be doing my homework instead of being in YouTube. But well, I'm here because I miss you. I miss you a lot, and I want to do that video. I have a lot of ideas for another videos, but doing the Disney video took me 1 week, a whole week working from day to night, recording, looking for tips. Like, it was such a huge video about it's like 1 hour long, and I did it like with all my heart. It took me like a lot of effort, so it's really hard to do that kind of videos. I want to do it, but I need to find the time. So I'm sorry that I didn't do it. But what I can tell you right now about Universal Studios is that also you need to buy the tickets before, and I recommend you to buy it online, because there is a discount if you buy the tickets online. So you're going to have like a 20% discount or something like that if you buy it before you travel online. So buy them before, and I really recommend you to go to both. It is Island of Adventures and Universal Studios. Island of Adventures is the best one. If you can just choose one of both, choose Island of Adventures, because it has a lot of amazing roller coasters. It's really, really amazing. I'm sorry, I'm talking too weird. I'm being too weird today. Um, okay. Is there another question? Which is the cost of tickets of train or subway? Okay. When I lived in Connecticut, traveling from Connecticut to New York, it was like $22 from where I was living with my host family to New York. It was $22. Expensive, because it was 1 hour in the train. $22, like both way, like a round trip, going and coming back. So a single ride is $11. And the subway is so expensive in New York. In New York, the subway is like $3. Yeah, like $3. In Mexican pesos is like 50 pesos for a trip, just one. It's really expensive. That's why working as an au pair, maybe it sounds like you having a lot of money, because if you convert the money from dollars to Mexican pesos, it sounds like a lot of money, but it's not, because it's really expensive living in the United States. Anna says, hello. Do you know au pair with braces in United States? No, actually, I didn't know someone. I think those are all the questions. Lisa says, thank you, Ellie. Pau asks, is a good idea travel each weekend or how often? That's an excellent question, Pau. I'm so glad that you asked about that. Well, it's not good to travel all the weekends, because if you want to do like a really big trip, you need to save money. For example, I travel, like I said, to like my big trips were to Chicago, to Disney and Universal Studios, and also to Boston. So to do that, I had to save money. And if you want to save money, you need to be at your home some of your weekends. But what I recommend to you, it depends where you want to travel. Like, for example, for me, going to where I was living to New York, it was $22, and I had to pay also the food. So it sounds like a little, but if you're being in New York, you spend like a lot of money. So normally when I was going to New York City, I was spending like maybe 60 or like 60 or $70. So if you are earning $200, you're and you are spending 70, you're going to have 130, and you need to also buy another thing. So maybe that money is going to be like to see maybe 2 weekends per month or 1 weekend per month. It depends how much you're going to spend. I'm sorry, I said waste, I think, before. I'm sorry for my mistake. Yeah. Hi, I really love you. Oh, thank you. I love you too. Which places do you recommend to go? Okay, so at the beginning of this, I told you about my experience, but I really recommend you, like, my best places were Niagara Falls by far. Oh, I also went to do, I don't know how you say esquiar in English. Ski? Or skiing? I don't remember. I think skiing is, I am not sure how do you say that word. But going to esquiar in Spanish, I'm sorry. Um, it's like such a good experience if it's your first time. It's not as easy to do the trip because you need to have the clothes. I asked to my host mom if she could borrow the clothes for me, because she used to do that before. So I had like the jacket and the pants. She borrowed to me, so that was easy in that part for me. But I think there are some places where they rent the the clothes for you. I don't know if the word is rent. I'm sorry. I hope it is. So you can rent the clothes, and it's kind of expensive, but it's such a great experience because it was my first time doing that, and I have a video about that. It's really emotional. If you want to look for it, I'm going to also put it below. So where are other places? It says, I will live in a suburb 30 minutes to Chicago. Oh, and it's far to New York. Is it easy to take a flight to there? New York City is like amazing. I want to go back to New York City. So if you're living 30 minutes to Chicago, you're going to love Chicago. So you're really close. Chicago is also amazing. But I think New York and Chicago have different things. New York City has like amazing things, and I think I have a friend that traveled from New York City to Chicago, so I maybe it's going to be the same, traveling from Chicago to New York City, and she found a really good price in the application that I talked to you, the Hopper application. She found a really the thing you need to do is to look for the tickets like really soon, like If you're traveling 3 months later, 4 months later, better. Because if you buy the ticket like a lot of months before traveling, you're going to have a really good price. If you buy the ticket like really close 1 month before, it's going to be really expensive. So you need to look for the tickets like all the time. You need to I'm sorry that I'm looking to my phone. So you need to put in the app, please send me a notification. I don't know if notification is a word in English, but a notification, an alert when the tickets are cheaper. So when the phone says, okay, this day is going to be a really good price, buy it now, go directly to the airline. Don't buy it in the hopper, because hopper is always more expensive than buying directly in the airline. So go to the airline, look for that ticket that the application is telling you, and you're going to see that the price is going to be cheaper than the application, and then buy it. And I think she found the ticket from New York to Chicago like in, I think, $200. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure, but I think $200 or maybe less. So it was a really, really good price, because from New York City to Chicago in car is like 16 hours. So it was a really good price. Oh, Bunny says skiing. Thank you, because I didn't know the word. I'm always having troubles with that word. When you went to Chicago, which places did you know their recommendations? Of course, I'm going to give you recommendations for Chicago. Go. I was there just one day. I was sorry that I was in there just one day. But in one day, I did a lot of things. I'm so proud of myself. What I did in that day, actually, I traveled by myself alone. Hashtag Ellie Bonnie forever alone. But it's really good. I love traveling just by myself, because that makes me feel like, I don't know, it makes me know who I am, and I love that. I know, and I'm always happy. It doesn't matter if I'm alone, I'm traveling, and I'm just laughing just with myself. Is weird, because I don't know, I love myself. So the places where I went in Chicago was Skydeck. Go to Skydeck in the morning, because if it gets like midday or in the afternoon, there is a lot of people, and the lines are so big. So I went really in the morning, like maybe 10 a.m. But if you go before, when they are opening, it's going to be better, because the line is going to be shorter. So Skydeck is a huge and really tall building. And I have a picture. Actually, I'm not going to look for it. It's on my Instagram. If you want to see it, my Instagram is Princolitas. So, how was it like? I don't remember how tall it was, the Skydeck building, but it's so huge, and it has like a glass thing where you just walk and you go in there, and it's like you are literally like floating, like you're flying, because you can see all the buildings and you can take amazing pictures of that. Actually, I recommend you to go there and to have a selfie stick, because I was traveling alone, so I did with the selfie stick. I put the phone, so I took the picture, and it seems like I'm floating with the buildings. So it's really good to have a selfie stick. And also, another tip that I give to you is to have a battery, an extra battery for your phone, because the phones like are dying all the time because a lot of pictures and videos. So buy an extra battery. The one that I bought, I think it was in Amazon. I bought it in Amazon, and it was really cheap, and I think it lasts, I don't know how many hours of battery, but you can do it like the whole day, and you're always going to have battery in your phone. So do that. And also, if you can buy a good camera, I recommend you to buy a good camera or a phone that has a good camera, because it's really important to have amazing pictures of those trips. So buy a good camera or a phone with a good camera. And also, I went in Chicago. The amazing food in Chicago. I think I have something in my eye. The amazing food is pizza. They have a special kind of pizza, like it's really really thick. So I recommend you to go, and something is bothering me in my eye. So I really recommend you to go and buy pizza because the pizza, Chicago pizza, is really famous. And also, I went to a tour. Go to that tour. It's a boat tour. You go on a boat. It's you just go to the lake. I think it's close to the Trump Tower, and you just buy it in there. And you go on the boat with other people, and it's amazing because you are on the boat and you can see the whole city. And they have like I don't know how to say this, but it's a kind of rueda de la fortuna. I don't know how to say that in English, but they have one, and it's amazing the view with that. And also you go inside the building. Well, not inside the buildings. You're going in on the water, and you have the buildings to your right and to your left. And at night is just amazing. Amazing. You need to go there. And also, what else I did? I went in Chicago. There is something called Bean. I don't know what is it, but it's like a silver thing. Like it's like a bean, and it's like really famous, and a lot of people go to that park to take pictures in there. And yeah, those are the places. They have a really good museum also. I didn't go because I didn't have time, but they have a really good museum in there. Okay, so I talk too much. I'm so sorry. Do you think it's good take road trips every month to know different cities? Absolutely. Yeah, road trips are amazing. Maybe not every month because maybe the problem is the days that you have off, the days that your host family can give to you. I normally didn't have my weekends off. As I told you, I had problems with my days off, and I had not enough time to travel. But if you can do it, absolutely. I recommend you maybe one road trip every 2 months. It depends how much money do you need to save for your vacations. So if you can do it every month, amazing. Or if you can do it every 2 months, also amazing. Perfect. What else? Did you travel alone to all these cities? I'm afraid for that. Please give a good recommendation. Of course, Pau. So you do a lot of good questions. Thank you. I travel alone, not to all the cities, but I travel alone. I think we need more light, right? I'm sorry. I think it's getting with no light. Where is the button? I don't see it. I think it's no too bright. Better? No, too bright. I'm sorry. Okay, I think it's better like this. Yes, you can see me better. Okay, I'm going to die for because it's really hot. Okay, so why I can put it well? I'm so sorry. I think that's better. Yeah, much better. Okay, so I travel by myself to Boston, to Chicago, and when I went to skiing, and those are the 3 places I traveled by myself. And I traveled with my friends to Niagara Falls, and a lot of times I travel by myself to New York City. I'm sorry, this is still too bright. Yeah, like this is better because it's really hot right now. It's like I don't know how many degrees, but if you can see, I'm sweating. Okay, so I travel with my cousin to Disney and Orlando, Florida, but I travel a lot of times by myself to New York City, and that was amazing. And a good recommendation is always have a good mood. Always remember that you are in there because of your effort, because you save your own money, you're doing by yourself. No one is buying you the things. You're doing this with your effort. So have a good mood since the morning. Put some music. What I did, and actually that was one of my dreams, is maybe weird, but was traveling to New York City, putting my earphones and listening to Empire State of Mind. That was like my huge thing. Like I really wanted to do that, and I did it. Like the first time I went by myself to New York City, I just was out of Grand Central. I just put my earphones and I put Empire State of Mind, and I was singing in New York. I don't remember the letter right now, but I was just singing Empire State of Mind, and it was like a dream came true. Yeah, I'm a weird person, but just try to remember all the effort you put to be there. It's not easy to be an au pair. It's not easy to be there, and do the things you want to do. The thing I love when I'm traveling, I'm sorry, when I'm traveling by myself is that I can go wherever I want. Because when you're going with other people, when you're going with your friends, when you're going with, I don't know, someone, maybe they want to do something you don't want to do, or maybe you want to go to buy clothes all day and they don't want to do that, or maybe you want to go to Broadway, and a lot of people don't like the shows on Broadway because they don't like maybe theater, or maybe they don't want to spend a lot of money just in a show. So I love Broadway. So what I did the first time when I went to Broadway, actually I had a blog, you can see it here in the channel. I went to see my dream, which is the Miserables. I don't know how to say it in English or if it's French, but Los Miserables in Spanish. I love that show, and it was just a dream going there, and I wanted to do it by myself because no one else like wanted to go, and no one was like as excited as I was going to that show. And I was really lucky because it was maybe 2 months later when I went to see that show, it ended. And actually, right now, there is no more Les Miserables. I think they say Les Mis in Broadway right now because it finished. Right now, actually, the show is coming to Mexico City. And I'm so excited because I'm going again. But right now, I'm going to see it in Spanish. But it was my dream, and no one was going to take my smile away, and I was so happy to be there. It doesn't matter that I wasn't having a good time with my host family. It didn't matter that I wasn't feeling good maybe with all the situation. I was going to enjoy that moment, and that's what I did. And it's I still remember I was crying when I saw the show. It was one of my dreams. Yeah, I'm talking really like a happy person. I'm sorry, like an excited person. What else? I have a lot of energy. I'm like a cotton candy. Hi Ellie, do you know something about Latinas being au pairs in the UK? I'm from Venezuela and I would love to be an au pair in London, but I know there's no agencies for Latinas. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know anything about being au pair in UK. I don't know. Maybe you can try in Au Pair World. I think there is a website called aupairworld.com, I think. But I think it's for a lot of countries. So maybe you can find a family in that website, but you need to be careful to really read how it works because I didn't use it. So maybe they have it for London. Maybe you can try that. But because I don't know. It says, I'm going to translate the question because the question is in Spanish. Do you think that the money it's enough to buy basic things that you need and to know places? Yeah, it is enough, but you really need to be careful about saving money and buying the things that you really need, and you need to manage, like have organization with your money. If you have a good organization, you can do it. It's not like a lot of money, but it's enough if you have a good organization to travel for vacation and to do a lot of things, because I did that and I didn't save a lot of money when I came back to my country, but I traveled a lot and I love traveling. Actually, I have something to tell you. I'm so excited because this year I'm going back to United States. So I'm really excited because I'm going to a new place. I didn't go to this place in my year as an au pair, and I wasn't expecting to go, but I'm going to something amazing. I still can't believe it because I'm going to Taylor Swift concert in Miami. Oh, I'm so excited. If someone of you is living as an au pair in Miami, I would love to meet you. I'm going to be there in August. I'm so excited. And right now, actually, I wanted to do this video because I'm now again doing the Airbnb things, buying tickets, and doing traveling things. So I'm again with this experience about buying things to travel and those things. But I'm so excited to go to Miami this year. So if some of you is living in there, I would love to meet you. And I'm sorry, I'm getting really excited. About Broadway, Hamilton is coming in my city, and I'm so excited! Yay! Hamilton is like the best thing ever. Hamilton is the best show. You definitely need to go. If you are in New York City, I have a video in my main channel, which is only Princolitas, and I talk in this video how to get the tickets in a normal price because it's really expensive. It's like $500, I don't know, in the resale, but you can buy it for less money. And I went twice to see Hamilton. Hamilton is the best show in Broadway. You need to go to see Hamilton. And please recommend us. I'm not talking good. I have a weird accent today. Recommend us a good outlets for buying makeup or clothes or whatever. I well, there is a store that I love so much. It's a Japanese store that is in New York City and a lot of other cities in United States. It is called Uniqlo. I love that store. They have really good prices. It's not an outlet, it's an original brand, but they have amazing clothes. Like I want to go again just to buy clothes there. And there are outlets close to New York City, like in New Jersey, I think. It's like really famous outlets, but I didn't go. And there are also, I think one is called Primark. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think they have also good prices in there. And I also found good prices in Target. Do you say it Target or Target? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah. What else? What else? I could love to travel even if I'm alone. I can't wait for it. Yes, I feel a little bit afraid, but I want to be more brave. I love the imagine behind you. Soy muy valiente. Oh, yes. Thank you for noticing. This is called I'm Really Brave, and I have a video. This is my first. It is called Mandala in Spanish, and this is the first one that I draw. It's really emotional for me. Actually, it has a lot of feelings right now. I'm having feelings, but it's such a special draw that I did. And if you want to see it, how I did it, and what is the meaning of that drawing, I think you say drawing, you can watch it in my main channel. It's really special. And thank you for noticing. It's really important for me. And we all are really brave people and women. Especially women. With which agency you fly? I'm sorry for the past question. Don't worry, Earl. I also have a lot of troubles with my English, if you can see. With the agency, like maybe I don't know if you're asking me about the agency or about the how you say the airline, because the airline which I used to travel from Mexico to United States was I forgot. It was, I think, a Mexican one, but I don't remember the name. But I used Blue Lines. I think it's Blue Lines to travel to Orlando. I'm sorry, JetBlue. It is called JetBlue. I use that, and also a Mexican airline that I don't remember the Aeromexico was the one that I used, and JetBlue. I used JetBlue to travel from Connecticut to Orlando. Why did not you upload videos again about learning English for au pair? Oh, I have actually one that I already how do you say? I already record. I already recorded. But the problem is that right now I'm not having time to edit the videos. It's really hard for me because I have 3 channels. My main channel that I'm so excited because it already has more than 30,000 subscribers. I'm so happy. I have the Oprah one, and I have another channel that is about English. Actually, I give classes about English, and it's like a educational channel. So I have those 3, and right now I'm doing my master degree, and I'm doing my how do you say thesis? I don't know, but I have a lot of work right now, and it's really hard for me. And these 2 past months have been yes really hard for me. Actually, it has to something to be with that drawing. It was really hard for me. I didn't sleep well. I, it was a really sad moment. Sad 2 months. Those 2 months were really sad. It's still sad, and it has been really difficult times. So if you saw my Instagram or if you saw about that video, it has been really difficult for me. I don't want to get sad in this video, but it has been a really difficult month for me. So I'm sorry that I haven't been uploading videos, but I hope you can understand. Yes. What else? Yeah. How do you feel now? You have a new purposes when you're back to Mexico? Well, yes, like I said, I'm doing my master degree. I'm the happiest person with my master degree. I love science. I love studying. I love going to the university. It's like I love maths. If you saw my stories, my Insta stories, I love studying, and I love my school. And I think I'm a different person. I'm a new person, like better Ellie. I'm a better Ellie every day, and I'm knowing new people that is really good with me. I'm having new friends, and they are really good with me. They tell me like really sweet things, and it's like I'm really happy for that. They're having also sad moments, but I think it's raining, so what was that? I think it's the wind. Okay, so what else? What do you think about living in Minnesota? I don't know about Minnesota. I think there's a lot of snow there. I think. I'm not sure. What else? Could you live in Texas? Do you recommend me to be as an au pair? Texas. Okay, I know Texas is really big, and Texas, I think I don't know a lot about Texas. I'm so sorry, but I think if your family, the thing is, there is a lot of noise right there. The thing with Texas, I think there is a lot of people that talks in Spanish. So you need to see if your host family talks in Spanish or in English. So if they are going to talk to you in English and you want to improve your English, it's going to be good. It doesn't matter if it's Texas and a lot of people talks in Spanish. I'm not sure. You should look for more for the family about this aspect, because I think a lot of people talk Spanish in Texas, but I'm not sure. You should see. Are you doing your master degree in a university in the United States? No, I'm doing my master degree here in Mexico, in the city where I live, and yes, I'm doing it here. I'm really happy because I got a scholarship, and yes, I'm really happy of doing a master degree. What else? What happened? What were you sad? Tell us. Well, it's a hard story. I don't want to talk about this right now, but maybe you can see the video when I did the drawing in my main channel. It is called Princolitas, and the video is called Dibujando mi primer mandala. I talk a little about this in there, and maybe you can watch it there, because I don't think it's a good time right now to talk about this. What else? I think. Oh, the company. Fernanda was asking me about cultural care, au pair care, or which company. I was traveling as an au pair with cultural care. That was the company. It says. I think those are all the questions. I don't know. I'm going back. If there was one question that I forgot, I'm sorry if there's a question I forgot. yeah, I think those are all the questions. Okay, so thank you so much for being in this first radio over. There is no more like anymore. I'm so sorry for the problems with the like and with my bad English and with the noises and with all the words that I forgot how to say it in English. But I hope you enjoy it. If you like it, please give it thumbs up. It really helps me a lot because when I have thumbs up, YouTube use that to promote the videos in the platform. So please, if you like it, thumbs up. And if you have another comment or you have another ideas for more open radios, please let me know in the comments. And I see you in my Instagram and in all my social media. So I love you so much. Thank you for all your support, and I really love you. Thank you. Mwah. Bye.